Okay. So I'm gonna just start by giving a little background about myself. I'm Tashikwa or Sheik. Some people know me by Sheik. Um, I wanted to start this because I always see a lot of just a lot of young women that go through different things that we've already went through before. Anytime I give any advice, it's always based on self experience or just watching somebody else that probably went through the same thing. Um, and just sitting back and observing and stuff like that. But I see a lot of young people that go through stuff and it seems like they don't know how to handle it, or they don't handle it the best way possible, or they just don't know stuff. So I wanted to start this just to help. I feel like I have been brought up well enough. I should give back advice and stuff like that. Um, I am 23. I will be 24 in August this year. I did go to school. I went to college for nursing. I did not finish. That is not what God had in store for me. So now I am currently a banker. I started a small purse business like 2 summers ago. I just finished my microblading class for microblading and eyebrow shadowing Sunday. I'm on my way to get permitted for that, and then I do have one more business business thing I'm working on this year that I'm probably gonna have up within another month. This is Quail, my cousin. So she's just gonna tell y'all a little bit about her too, just so y'all know like a little background. Just so we can show like young people that's doing stuff, young women that's doing stuff, trying to get to the next level in life, trying to elevate, trying to keep God first, all that good stuff.
Okay, so my name is Ron Quell, but as you guys may know me as Quell. As she said, I'm her cousin. Just a couple years older. I'm not old, but just a little bit about my background. Pretty much the same thing, as with her. Our family, raised us well mannered. Go to school, finish. We went to college. I went to a couple of different colleges to start off. I started off in Texas, then came back, went to a couple of different community colleges. Right now I'm at Rochester University. I'm going for business as well. And just like, my cousin, I started up with my own small business about a year and some ago. I'm still working at it. I didn't give up. It's, just stuff is in the making. So, but outside of that, I pretty much just, family oriented. I've been through a lot of ups and downs and stuff myself as well. I like to think that one of the reasons why she chose me to be on here is because I have a great amount of wisdom. There's a lot of things that I've experienced being young, being a young adult, and then now being an adult that I can share and give the wisdom and information back to other women or young ladies and help them to overcome what they've been through. And so that's pretty much my story.
All right. Okay, get your phone so I can see the comments. Okay. So I made a post saying that we were going to pick 3 topics. So we did. We picked 3 separate things. The first topic that we're going to talk about, and I want y'all to comment if y'all have questions, if y'all just have something y'all want to chime in on, because like I said, it's just girl talk. It's not us trying to preach to y'all or like act like we know everything or nothing like that. We want y'all to chime in. We chime in. So anybody that's watching it can just learn from it and receive it. If y'all have something that we may miss out on, y'all want to say, y'all, because it's a lot of young people who have wisdom as well. So we just want to go back and forth. We just want it to be girl talk. We want it to be comfortable. We want it to be relaxed. We want it to be all about love and just uplifting each other, all that good stuff. So the first one that we picked is friends. Now, we literally just was on our way to my house and we was talking about friends. This word is so important, and we was saying how we were brung up, and just because, not only just brung up, I know for a fact my dad always told me that friend is a serious word. You don't use it loosely. You don't give anybody that title because that's an important title. And I think a lot of people don't know that. And that's why it's always a lot of drama. People finding out people's business, people getting let down by other people because nobody was taught that. And then on top of him telling me that, I also just had my own experience, or not even that many experiences, because I've never had a lot of friends because my dad taught me that. I had a lot of people I was cool with, a lot of associates from school, stuff like that, but my friends, I think everybody who know me know that I had the same set of friends all through high school. And then out of high school, I gained like 2 or 3 more friends from school that are still my friends. I still can call them, get anything from them. They can call me, get anything from me. Just because I don't use that word loosely. You want to say something? Well, we was talking about, we were just saying, like, you know, stuff happens where you think somebody your friend and they do something because you so loose to call somebody your friend, or you so ready to call somebody your friend, you don't even know this person for real. Then when they do something and shock you or hurt your feelings, but you gotta keep. And it's not that you think you better than somebody, because I know when I was in school, a lot of people would say like, "Oh, she thinks she better than people," or "She bougie." She don't. It's not even that. It's just I didn't even got hurt by family before. So if I didn't got hurt by family before, I know it's not gonna mean nothing for somebody that I call my friend to hurt me. Like, you know. So it's not that I think I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. It's just I'll get hurt one time and I'm done with it. I'm cool on it. So if I can avoid it, I will. And that's what I think a lot of people don't do. So you don't take the time to get to know this person before you call them your friend, or see what they about. See if they even on the same level as you. When I was growing up, my mom kind of made sure that whoever I called my friend and brung around was doing the same thing as me. And that happened through all out of high school. All my friends, we all played basketball. We all was in honor roll classes. We all like to do the same thing, like to go to the movies, you know. We like to go skating and stuff like that. We just like to chill. We come home, talk to my mom just to get advice about stuff. And I'm not saying everybody got to be doing that. You don't got to be in honor roll classes. You ain't got to be playing sports and nothing like that. But I found friends that were on the same page as me. So it wasn't that hard for me to get sidetracked by what was going on. You know, like all the drama in high school or in middle school, or just being let down, stuff, because we always focus on the same thing. And I called them my sisters, and I still call them my sisters to this day. I had the same friends. So I didn't have that many different experiences. Now, me and these girls I call my sisters, we have fell out. We have had disagreements. But because I know them so well and they know me so well, I see a lot of young girls fall out with their friends, and they will get on social media and just tell the world everything. Tell them everything about this girl and everything. But that's also because you were so quick to call this person your friend. You don't even know what type of character she has. You don't know what she would do, and like, you know. But because we all been friends for so long.
That's just Shannon giving her no
comment. Oh, okay. Yes, you cannot expect the same love. Because you a good person don't mean somebody else will be a good person. That's why you got to take the time to actually get to know that person. But like I was saying, you didn't even get time to get to know her and see how she moved and see if it matched how you move. And now y'all beefing, and now all your business all over the internet or whatever. I don't think that nobody ever even knows when me and my friends stop talking, because we don't bash each other. Sure, we might still be loving and liking each other pictures because we still love each other, because we built that relationship that this gonna be my sister no matter what. Even if we're not seeing eye to eye right now, this still my sister, and I know if I really need her, I can go to her for anything. But yeah, I haven't had that many different experiences. I had a couple where my feelings got hurt or something like that, but I don't like getting hurt over and over again, so I just will shut down. Not shut down. I just get away from people. Honestly, And then if we get back cool, we get back cool. But now I know you and I know how to love you, because you don't have to be for everybody. And if you stop talking to people, it don't have to be no bad blood or nothing like that. And you're not stupid if you be their friend again. But you have to, what makes people, I don't want to say, okay, well, what makes people stupid, if that's what you want to use, is when you allow the same exact thing to happen. If you got to learn your mistake, and you got to love that person from a distance, and you got to expect, you know what to expect out of that person. You know what's going to happen. So if you can avoid the situation, avoid it. But, you want to give your experiences?
Yeah, I'll share. I'm gonna give you this so you can. So for me, I've had quite a little bit of a different experience from her with friends. I think everybody go through that period of time in their life, mainly, especially like leaving high school or being in high school. You get to find out who's for you and who's really not. For most of us, I believe it's once you get out of high school that you get to find out who's really for you and who's not, because at that time your life is pretty much shaping into the area as to what you desire for your future. And so your mindset and your goals is set and determined for what you want for your future, and that mindset and those goals will draw those certain, the in particular people along the lines of what you're going for. But then at the same time, you may still have some people that are not, in that area. For me, that was pretty much my story. Like, I had a lot of females that I was friends with, or that I, assumed to be my friends when I was in high school. And moving forward, from high school, I would think that they were people that I would keep around for, the rest of my life, maybe even. But as time progressed and my goals and, what I wanted for my life shifted, so did the people that was around me. But also, just like she said, in that you experience a lot of people who you think are for you, and then you find out that they're really not. No matter how the occasion may, it could be something petty, it could be something, big, whatever, but we all get to experience at least one person that we see or we assume to be a friend and not get that same love and reciprocation back. So just like Shannon said, when you desire to have friends, or when, people want to be your friend, you just have to be careful and mindful of opening up that door. Now, that's not to say, shut people out automatically. It's okay to be a friendly person, but just when you open up the door to have someone closer to you in your inner circle as being a friend, you want to be careful and mindful of how you elect those people to be around you, because like she said, when she was younger, her mom would help her pretty much cultivate the people that were around her was in the same perspective of what she was aiming for, and as for where she was in her future. And so we have to be careful to do that for ourselves every day. Even with being a dog, some people still, have that problem with, every person they meet, oh, this is my friend now, or, and I am not like that. I am just like, okay, it takes me a while to get to, even open up and like being around people. Once I do, I may give a little bit of myself and, them being cool with me, but I've experienced a lot of people now that would say, oh, that's my friend. And in my mind, I'm like, no, you my associate, but at the same time, it's not to be offensive to anyone, but just because of the experience that I've been through with a lot of bad relationships, as far as assuming that people were my friends, that's where I've come to. So now I'm not so easily with just accepting everybody into that inner circle. Whereas time before, that was me. If I danced with you, if we had class together, whatever, we hung out a couple times in school, the cafeteria, or we might have went somewhere, field trip, whatever. And they was like, oh, we friends. I'm like, oh, this is my friend, and I'm just being honest. That was me. I was at one point in time, I was too open, in that area as to who I allowed to be in my inner circle. And so because I did that, I got hurt many times just on, people supposedly being a friend. And because, I went through that, now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I can be around you. I love on you. You would never think that I do not assume you to be my friend, but in my mind, you're just an associate. So we just have to be careful as to who we allow to get close to us. Because when you say friend, I think it's somebody that's close. Like she said, some people close enough to us to give them, you know, the preference of either looking at them as a brother or a sister. But then there's other people where it's just like, you know, this is my friend at work. You know, we're friends because, you know, we go to work together and we may get out on a couple lunch dates, but that's it. That's just all that friendship is. Mm-hmm. But then you have some friends where, like she said, you have those people where they're like a sister or they're like a brother, where their relationship is much closer. So you just gotta have, and you gotta be straightforward with people too, because some people, like I said, they're more open to having friends, and if you're not that type of person and people are just assuming that you are a friend to them, and then maybe you don't reciprocate back to them what they're looking for, then they may end up being hurt. They may be, you know, offended, you know, by the situation. So you just want to be up straight and up forward as to, you know, if you see this person as, you know, being a friend or allowing them to be in your inner circle. And even if not, that doesn't mean that you can't still show them love and, you know, be kind to them and, you know, just be who you are with them. But, you know, you just be straightforward and let them know, well, you know, I haven't reached that level with you yet as far as saying that I see you as my friend. I do see you as a good associate. We do have a great, you know, relationship as far as being cool with one another, but not more or less as being a friend. So, and that's just my perspective of it.
Okay. And then, wait, before I go to the next one, I got one more thing to say about friends, because this bothers me so bad. It bothered me. A friend is supposed to give you advice. A friend is supposed to be 100 with you, whether it hurts your feelings, whether you want to hear it or not. That's what a friend is there for. A friend is not somebody that you just party with all the time and, you know, you just have fun with. Yes, you are supposed to have fun with them. You are supposed to do whatever y'all like to do together. But when you need somebody to step in and be more, that's what a friend is for. What I do not like is when people get mad, and this happens a lot when it comes to men and girls with their friendships. Girls will let a man destroy their friendship so fast, and then, excuse my language, but that nigga be gone within a month or two. Like, and now your friend that you done have for 5+ years or however long y'all been friends, now y'all not friends no more, and you ain't got your man no more because you want to act like can't nobody tell you the truth. Like, a friend stuff, I don't care who it is. If I'm being stupid, everybody has been stupid for somebody before. But if I'm being stupid for somebody and I call my friend and we talking about it, if she tell me like, yeah, girl, you being dumb, like, or you don't necessarily got to say dumb, but if she be like, oh yeah, nah, like, you know, I'm not gonna get mad, because first of all, I called you. Secondly, this is what I expect. Now, it is sometimes when you don't want to hear no advice and you want to just vent, but that is up to you to say that. Like, I just want to be able to talk to you right now. Like, you know, if you don't want no feedback, okay, cool. But it's not rude and it's not her being less of a friend if she tell you that you're being dumb.
Well,
now,
I'm gonna just say,
yeah.
You want somebody that's gonna be real with you. If you have a friend that's not going to be truthful with you, then you do not need them in your circle.
Yeah.
Because your friend is supposed to be, like I said, in some areas of the relationship, like how with your family. You know, with your family, they gonna keep it all. They don't care. Well, like she said, they don't care how you feel about it. I'm just gonna be real with you. If you mad about it, oh well, we family, so I know you coming back to me anyways. You know. Yeah. So you got to be the same way with your friends. You got to be truthful. Sometimes some stuff that people, you know, they care about you. They love you. So they want to tell you the truth. They want to make sure that, you know, your eyes are open to certain things that may hurt you or that may hinder you that you can't see.
Yeah, especially when you in love or you in a relationship. There's a lot of stuff that you can't see that somebody else can see. But you do have to, and this just go back to spending time with somebody before you call them your friend, to know if this person, because it is a very thin line between somebody hating and somebody being genuine. And that's up to you to be able to decipher between the two. But if you know this person is genuine, they telling you this out of the kindness of their heart, you can't be mad at them. because a lot of times I think we get mad because we don't want to hear something, and we want to keep running back and telling our friend the same thing. But I don't think we think about our friend, because if this is somebody that is your friend and she truly loves you, she don't want to keep seeing you go through the same thing over and over again, or hearing the same thing over and over again, and you just come to talk, but you don't want to hear what she got to say. Like, cause that hurts her as a friend to have to see you go through the same thing over and over and over again. Whether it be relationships or it be anything, another friendship, it could be family, it could be how you get treated at work, it could be the fact that she feel like you have so much more potential than what you doing, and she trying to talk you into it, like, you know, but you mad because you don't want to hear the truth. You cannot go through life. If you go through life and you get mad at everybody that tell you the truth, you I don't want to say you're not gonna make it, but baby, like, you gotta be able to have tough skin. You gotta be able to just accept it. You gotta be real with yourself, because sometimes you might not even have that friend, or you do have that friend and you mad. If you do get mad at the time, take a minute, get off the phone and evaluate what y'all talked about and be real with yourself. But yeah, we gotta hurry up. It's supposed to only be 30 minutes, but the little beginning part was a little long about us introducing ourselves and stuff. Alright, so the next topic is goals. Goals. This is very, very important. I know a lot of people are trying to set goals now. You know, you see other people setting goals. It is very important not only to set them, but to write them down. When you write a goal down, it makes it more real. I don't know why, and I know a lot of people say this, but it's true. When you write it down and make it more real, it brings it to life. You are speaking that goal into existence. You can go back and you can look at your goals and see where you at, where you need to be at with your goals. I bring this out here so people won't think I be lying. I write my goals down every year. And I have, if y'all can see it, my handwriting a little ugly, but I have 2018 up here. This is a new notebook, but I have 2018, I have 2019, and I just wrote my 2020 goals like a month or so ago. This year, I did something a little different. I wrote my goals, and I wrote manifestation goals. So I wrote what I'm trying to manifest into the world, and I wrote just goals that are still important to me, but my manifestation is way more important. So I wrote both of those down, but I write them down every year. And every year when I go back to rewrite them, or I check them in the middle of the year to see where I'm at, what I have accomplished so far, and what I need to keep going. But I check them off. I don't know if y'all can see them, but I check off whatever I have done. And whatever I did not accomplish, I put it on the next list, because it still needs to happen. But it is so, so important to write down your goals. It's so important to be goal oriented. A lot of people don't like, well, I've heard people say they don't want to have a plan, because when you have a plan, that's when stuff go wrong. No. When you don't have a plan and you just out here just doing whatever, that's when stuff, like, you don't have no foundation. You don't know where you're going. You just working, and you will find yourself not really getting where you want to be, because you don't know where you want to be. And sometimes we think we know and we write our goals down, and then that might not be what God has. But if you write it down and you start praying and stuff like that, God will give you the right goals that you need to write down, or He will give you what you need to work on and where you need to be, or where you need to try to be. And you just have to that's another way to keep reminding yourself of what you need done, or what you're trying to work on, what you know makes you happy. It don't even have to always be financial stuff. It can be, like, one of my goals is to have a way better relationship with God. One of my manifestation is to have a way better relationship with God this year, like never before. That's the thing I wrote down. Sometimes it can be happiness. You can keep reminding yourself that no matter what, you want to be happy this year. Anything that gets in your way of being happy or bothers your mood or your energy, you want to get rid of. But it's really, really important to write those down. It keeps you focused. It keeps you grounded. It just, even if you do a vision board, I have done a vision board before. It kind of just lets you know where you at, where you going, and what you're trying to get to. And you just see it all the time. It keeps it relevant in your mind, so you're not just doing anything. You're not just doing the basics of just going through life, not really having nothing going on. But
also, just to let you know, Shannon made that comment. But she is so right. I'm just be honest with y'all. She's right. It even follows with the word. I can't quote the scripture exactly, but write the vision down, make it plain, so that way you know where you're going. Goals are in there, like she said, for the perspective of following what you're trying to reach, where you're trying to go. Me, on the other hand, I have to be completely honest. I am not the best with writing down goals, and I know my cousin's probably shocked because everybody in my family like she OCD, so how she don't do this. But I'm good with writing stuff down. Like I'll write. Like I'm the type of person, like I'm very neat. When it comes to my bills, all that type of stuff. Like I'll write it all down. But when it comes to setting goals, I'll write briefly. Like for this year, I wrote for myself, to pray more. Just things of that nature, but I haven't like written out specific goals in the area of saying like, well, I want to have this done by this time or do this by this time. That I have not been the best with. Now for
again, I want y'all to chime in. I'm sorry, chime in if you have questions. Leave a question, leave a comment, or if you just want to make a comment, so we can just talk. Like I don't want us to just be talking. I wanted to kind of go back and forth. Like Shannon has been commenting. Shannon is the only person that's been commenting, but I have addressed every one of her comments, whether y'all paid attention or not. But yeah, just go back and forth, so we can all be talking. It's not just us just shoving all of this at y'all face. Like I want it to be everybody talking. But go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not the best with writing out long-term goals, I'll say. Short-term goals, I'm good at. It's like, okay, this is what I want to be doing every week. I want to pick up on making sure that I'm praying this amount of time, making sure I'm reading my Bible daily. Different things like that I do for myself. Or like when it comes to me, like doing my homework or different stuff like that, I set out, just my, I guess kind of like a to-do list, Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. I guess I need to get better on like the long term, goals. So, yeah. But all of what she said is very true. You in order for you to, stay on the path of where you're trying to go, you got to write those things down so that way you keep yourself on track. That's what the goals are there for. So you can see where you are. You're pretty much doing inventory on yourself. Where am I at right now? Where do I want to get? Okay, what goal is next that I need to, what else do I need to do to get to that next goal? So goals, like she said, is very, very important. And you want to make sure that you are doing them monthly, I would say. If not monthly, then in a year span, so that depending on how big your vision is, honestly, you may have, I would say, do long-term and short-term goals. Mm-hmm. So that way you keep yourself on track with what you're trying to do within your monthly span and then what you're trying to do in your yearly span. And other than that, that's all I have to say.
Shannon said, I write my goals down and it helps me set a realistic time frame and the steps I need to accomplish that goal. That is really big too, because you might set a goal. You might set a goal and be like, I want $100 million by the end of this year. Now, I'm not saying that God can't do it, but it do help you be like, okay, I'm going to set this goal and I should be able to get this done within this amount of time. And when that time come up, you go back and you check it, or you check in between to see how close you are to that goal, or how much longer you have to get there. Or you check to see, okay, well, I did that goal. That is another way of keeping you on track. And like she said, even if it's small things. I know on my status, Shannon said something about writing goals about what she having for dinner. Or something like that. Which she got kids. So that's a mom. That is big for her, because that keeps her reminded, like, I gotta feed my kids tonight. Like, and this is what I'm gonna feed them, rather than her waiting to the last minute. And now it's 8 o'clock, or no, my friend, I'm sorry, she's not gonna wait till 8 o'clock. Probably like 6. But if it's 6, 7 o'clock, and now she running around trying to figure out what she gonna feed them, and they probably getting on her nerves because they hungry, like, But opposed to when she write it down. And she already know this is what she got to do today. Like, And so now she got it out the way. She already know what's going on. Like,
She's keeping herself on track, basically.
Yeah. Yes. Which makes life way easier. I did get to a point where I stopped writing goals. And, yeah, It wasn't good. It wasn't good. That's probably why I was going to school for the wrong. I'm not saying for the wrong thing. Well, it was for the wrong thing. That's probably why, because I just knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't like keep reevaluating myself, writing down goals stuff. And a lot of people, I say like I wasted time. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're still young," but I have always been goal oriented. So to me, I did waste time because I'm supposed to be here right now, like, you know. But I'm back on it, and I am starting to knock down more and more of my goals every year. Like I said, I check them off. If I did not make it to that goal, I put it on the next one so I can get it done.
So she just said, "Hey, ladies, okay, I'm loving this."
Oh, thank you, Erica. You're so cute. Yeah, Shannon talking about she sleep by 8. Yeah, she do not be playing. She be needing that mama time. She put her kids to bed. They be showered in the bed, ready. Like, hopefully Shannon will be another one of my guests soon if she is comfortable with doing it. Mm-hmm. I ain't tell her that, y'all, but now she know. Okay. So the last one, and it's a little ugly, but the last one is self-discipline. And then it was a lot of different comments about self-discipline that kind of fell under this category, but one that I just put as a subtitle was holding your composure in life situations. Self-discipline kind of ties into everything that we talked about today. As far as friends, you have to be disciplined to, like I said, love them people from a distance so that you don't hurt yourself anymore. Or just be self-disciplined enough to, sometimes you gotta just be alone. Like, if you don't got friends at the time, that's okay. Like, you gotta have that self-discipline to know that what type of people you want around you, and be disciplined enough to have those type of people around you and nobody else to knock you off your square. It also goes into goals. It really goes into goals. You got to be disciplined enough to every year or every month, however you decide to do it, make sure you go back and you write those goals down, or be disciplined enough to go back and check them. And be very disciplined to work towards them, because I know sometimes life happens and we get sidetracked, and we just want to go with the flow. We probably tired or whatever the case is, and you just get sidetracked. You probably don't feel like doing it, but that's all where self-discipline come in at. Holding your composure in life situations. I learn that more and more every day. I really believe that me working at the bank, and actually, I wouldn't even say working at the bank, because at first I was a teller and I got a promotion. Me being a banker has, and I think sports a little bit, all of that. Sports is a very self-disciplined thing, because it makes you want to quit. Mm-hmm. It could be the coach. It could be, not really I never experienced bad teammates, but it could be the coach. It could be just the fact that you're tired, you don't want to do it, or in the game, stuff happening, all that type of stuff develops self-discipline. Holding my composure so I'm not struggling in life. Yes, that's what I was about to get to. That's why I said working at the bank has helped me hold my composure, because people are not raised like you. People don't show the same manners that you were brought up to show. People don't show the same love. People don't show the same respect. And you gotta learn to not let it get to you. Like, you gotta learn to just be able to let it roll off. Let it move on. Shannon's so irritating. Yeah, you gotta let that, working in certain places will definitely teach you how to just let it roll off, because these people don't really know you. You don't really know them. Like, so it's just like, are you really gonna take this home with you? You gonna lose sleep over this, and they probably ain't even think about you no more. And not even work though. That's with anybody. That's with friends. That's with relationships. That's the the phrase "kill people with kindness" is so true, and it means so much. Even if it can be so hard, and it is so hard, because I get very irritable really quick. I have worked on it a lot, but I get very irritable really quick, and I used to just snap. Like, I just explode. And I get it. I get it a lot, probably from my daddy, because he act the same way. But but I will just get irritable and I just snap. But my daddy in the other room, so he's talking about me now. But I have learned that when you act out or you react to somebody in a life situation, or it could anything, even if it's road rage, anything, like when you do that, you give people that power, and you will still be mad. Like, so now they just got whatever reaction they wanted out of you. You still mad, your whole day ruined, like, and it wasn't even that serious. Like, so now I just be like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, whatever. If I can't, and I used to get mad a lot about life situations that I can't control. And I just had to learn from somebody, like, when something is out of your control, it is out of your control. You cannot stress about it. You can't lose sleep over it. It will tear you up if you keep dwelling on it. One thing I don't do, which I think is good with self-discipline, is I do not hold grudges for life situations. I do not hold grudges. Gabe, well, I'm glad. I'm glad you feel empowered, Gabe. But yeah, I do not hold grudges. In my family, in our household, like immediate family, like my mom, my dad, and me, my brothers too. If we get into it, I'm talking about me and my daddy. Like I said, he quick temper, I'm quick temper. My brother quick temper. My mom is the only person that keeps the peace around here. But a lot of people think my mama is so loving, so sweet. She is. But she can go there too. But in our family, we can get into a big screaming match. Like I'm talking about, me and my dad has been arguing to the point where I'm crying, we yelling at each other and everything. And then 5 minutes later, or even if that, he come in the room and be like, what you want from the stove? Or, come on, let's go. And I just be looking at him like, nigga. Like, we just was ready. If we could have, we probably would have took it to the, like, we probably would have started fighting. Like, but he don't let people be mad because it's dumb. It's like, I still love you, you still love me. We gonna talk anyways. So what we gonna sit around and be mad for and hold on to grudges? And I think that's a big part of self-discipline with life situations. So even if it's not my family or nothing like that, if something happened, I don't hold on to it. Like, it happened, I might give myself, first of all, I learned how to react, because every action does not deserve a reaction. You cannot give that person that power over you. You cannot feed into them, because they could be having a bad day, and so they picking or whatever, and now you just let them make you have a bad day when you was just feeling good. Like, so you just can't give that person that power over you. But I let stuff go. I learned how to react to people. Sometimes it might not always be silent. Sometimes it does need to be silent. Sometimes you have to just walk away and not say nothing. Sometimes you need to put them in their place in a subtle way. You do. Because sometimes I'm really, really big on respect. I'm really big on respect, so I will not let nobody disrespect me, but I'm not going to act crazy either. Because, first of all, you don't know who's watching you. Anybody can be watching you. It could be somebody, you could be on your way to a job interview and you cussing somebody out in the car because they did something. Now, I have a little bit of road rage too, so I get it. But the person that was about to interview could be right next to you and you acting crazy. Or you could be about to start a business, but you acting crazy because something happened, and now somebody that's seen you and now they see you trying to promote the business, the first thing they're gonna think about, because people love to spread bad news before they spread good news, so the first thing somebody gonna think about is, oh, I just seen her acting crazy at the store, like, or she was cussing this lady out, she was trying to fight this lady, and now she got the nerve to be on here trying to sell purses. Like, so you gotta learn that somebody is always watching you as well. And then, like I said, it really just all revert back to not giving somebody that power over you. And it sounds easy. It's not easy, but it's real and it's true. Like, I don't know if y'all ever noticed it, but somebody could just walk in a room with bad energy and it just rubs off on somebody else. Like, that is really true. Or you could be feeling good, like I said, and somebody walk in and they say the littlest thing to you and then they just blow up. And now you like, and you blow up too, and now the rest of your day ruined. But if you just let it roll off and realize, you have to be able to realize that this person probably just having a bad day, because nobody knows what people are going through at home. Or you gotta realize, like, this person just picking, or it's not nothing but the devil. Like, I'm just not about to let it bother me. I'm not about to let it ruin my day and what I got going on. Exactly. Shannon said you have to represent the person you want to be in life. Exactly. So if you always reacting to what other people saying or doing, you just don't always, you letting people hold you back, honestly. You letting them hold you back from where you're supposed to be, because you don't know who watching you. You don't know how that is going to take a toll on you. It could be God could be trying to test you, anything. And you just react. You just out here acting crazy, reacting to everybody, and you just keep failing the test. Like, so you just gotta learn how to just sometimes walk away. Sometimes, like I said, put somebody in their place, very subtle. If they still acting crazy, let them act crazy. Let them act crazy by themselves. Then they're gonna really feel crazy and look even crazier to whoever else was watching, because they doing all this and you ain't even worried about them. But and you can go. I don't know.
I was just sitting here, taking in what she was saying. But when I think about self-discipline, I think about pretty much just starting with the mind. Because a lot of what she says starts there. In order for you to be someone to handle life changes properly, you have to refocus your mind. You have to reset your mind from your usual of how you would blow up, or, if somebody would say something out the way to you, or family, being at work, whatever. You have to get your mind set and focus on to the fact of, like, for myself it's God, for others it may be just what you want to do with yourself in life, or like Shannon said, how you want to represent yourself. And so with keeping that in mind and reshaping your mind from how you would usually do things, when things start to come up against you, you will revert to thinking about, okay, well, this is how I want to, this is how I want to be seen as a person, or, this is, I can't remember what else did she say, but this is where I'm trying to get to in life. And so
the person that you want to represent, who you trying
to be. Represent who you are, or this is where I'm trying to get. So what I won't do is allow whatever is being brought up against me to take me off of focus from where I'm trying to go. But self-discipline, like I said, I think more or less it comes specifically to a mind thing. You have to refocus and reshift your mind from how you would usually do things. It really goes from being immature to being mature, and just properly, changing your mind around, so that way, like, what Lele said, when life happens or things start to come up against you, you know how to handle those things. And it does take self-discipline. It does take for you to, because, self-discipline goes a long way. You need self-discipline as far as for doing your homeworks. I'm here to testify, like, I'm just being real. Like, when it comes to doing your homework, when it comes to my prayer life, just a lot of different things of that nature, you have to have self-discipline, and you have to get yourself to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm tired, or yeah, I may not want to do it, but where I'm trying to go is more important than what I'm feeling right now. So what I am going to do is discipline myself to, consistently pray, or consistently do my homework at this specific time, or, consistently set these goals, consistently, you have to get yourself in the focus of doing that, so that way, you're disciplining yourself. The perfect example is just like when you go exercising. She just said, she went exercising.
That's where my self-discipline is challenging me right now.
This actually says she went exercising. It's the same difference when, as you constantly go and you exercise, every time that you go, you're going to pick up a little bit more of weight each time that you go, because your body has become used to whatever, you started off with. So now you got to pick up a little bit more. And in doing that, what you're doing is disciplining your body. You're disciplining yourself to, be able to take on, like, lifting heavier weights, or, doing more push-ups, whatever. It's the same thing as doing that. And, the only thing that's different is not the physical being of your body, but, the mentally of your mind. And so I would just say, like she said, self-discipline is very important. and you want to make sure that you do that consistently. You are self-disciplining yourself on your regular goals, or whatever you're doing throughout your life, so that way you have yourself set up in a way that like she said, even when things come up against you, you know where you're trying to get, you know what you want. So I'm not going to let this take me off track from where I'm going. That's disciplining yourself, so just daily, doing things like that to keep yourself on focus. Because if you don't discipline yourself, you'll be all over the place. You'll be reacting to things, you'll be letting things happen to you, your work won't get done, life will just pass you by, and you just blown in the wind. That's just honestly, I see a lot of people all the time every year. It's like, oh, new year, new me, and they still doing the same stuff. And that happens because you don't discipline yourself enough.
Set them goals.
Yeah, setting your goals. And with setting your goals, you got to discipline yourself, because the only way for you to achieve those things and to move forward to where you're trying to go is having that self-discipline. I'm sure as many people on this earth that is like, dang, I could have been somewhere else by now, and I'm still here with the same goals that I had from 4 and 5 years ago. I wanted for me to be already somewhere else, but I'm still where I am, and that comes down to disciplining yourself, and
They
so
said normally it takes 30 something days to break a habit or start a new one. That I have never heard of that, but that is
well, I can attest to that, because
I didn't know that.
I can.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, I can tell. She said.
Oh, okay, girl. You be typing too fast, Tish. I don't know what you was trying to say. She was trying to say consecutive, but she put fin. But she said normally it takes 30 consecutive days to break a habit or start a new one. So every time you start a bad habit, you on that cycle for 30 days, and if you don't break it, it's just steady going, steady going, steady going, steady going. So that is really good. I did not know that. I've never heard anybody say that before, but that makes a lot of sense. Now, no wonder why people dwell on the same habit for so long, and that's why it's so hard to shake them, because it take you so long. First of all, you got to get your mind to the point where you even want to break it. If your mind not there, which is self-discipline, you not gonna break it. Like, you gonna still be going on that same circle.
Yeah. It really, honestly, it boils down to having determination. Because just like for myself, I'm not sure if a lot of people know, but it's my past life, so I don't care to share. But years ago I would smoke, whatever, or I drank. But when it came time for me to give my life completely over to God, it was a self-determination. It was like something that, it was a habit that I had, and I just did, whether just in my time of being comfortable, being in my own home, I'm out with my friends, whatever. But it was something that I knew that I didn't no longer want to do, but I had to discipline myself, and I had to get determined within myself, like, hey, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this anymore. And so, just like my aunt said, it do take some time for you to stop doing it, but I also do believe it takes determination. It takes you being determined to want to let that thing go. And depending on what your habit is, it may take you longer than, the next person, which is okay, But as long as you have that determination and you're working towards it, that's all that matters,
If you get knocked down, a part of self-discipline is getting back up and trying it again. Like, you can't quit. You can't give up, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. And anybody who is around trying to judge you and tell you that you shouldn't be doing, or just, they not for you. Because if you try, it'll show. And it's only for you it's between you, yourself, and God. Like, that's all that matters. So if you can do it.
Honestly, that also goes back to the other topic that we was talking about as far as friends. You want to have the right people around you that will help you in that time of, your change, and you self-disciplining yourself to, want better or want, different for yourself, that they will help you and that they will encourage you, because sometimes, depending on whatever the habit is, you might need that support, you may need that support. And so that's why it's so, good that you have the right people around you as well, too, in disciplining yourself. Some things it takes to, have that support. Some things you can't get over or overcome, just being by yourself, you know. So it takes for you to not only discipline yourself to be determined, but also have a good support system.
And my mom commented, I didn't know she commented, but she said, yes, she used to get so mad when I speak to people that I know don't like me. Yes, that go back to self-discipline and just maturing, not reacting to people, because, oh my God, my mama still does that. And now I understand it, but it used to, because I'm still really big on fake people and not being genuine. I'm big on genuine people. If you are in my circle, I am very genuine. My intentions are always pure, because I don't let anybody around me. So if you are around me, I care about you. I love you. So it's very genuine with me. So anybody that I feel is fake or trying to be somebody that they're not bothers me. Thank you. Love you too, Lisa. So it bothered me, but we go out, and my mom probably could have just, and I'm very, very protective over people that I love. I don't care. Quail, my friends, other cousins, my mom, dad, anybody I know don't like them. I don't care if they forgive you. I'll be like, oh, well, I still don't like them. Like,
oh, that's Cree mom. Oh, yeah. Love you too, Lisa. I didn't know who.
So
I thought it was a friend.
Yeah. My mom would still speak to people, and I just be looking at her like, girl, now why would you speak to her? Like, now you know she don't like you. You know this lady said that she was talking about you, and you gonna speak to her. And she just be like, girl, I don't care. That's her problem, not mine. Which it comes with self-discipline and maturity, because now that's how I am. Like, me and my friend, one of my friends, we was just talking, and she was saying how some girl don't like her or whatever, and people was telling her stuff, and she just like, I don't care. Like, and I was like, right, because at this point she beefing with herself. Like, you beefing, you worried about somebody that ain't even worried about you. That goes back to self-discipline though, because that person will keep trying to tell this person this, because they gonna know they gonna run and tell you, and it's waiting to get a reaction out of you. But once you reach that level of self-discipline in your mind, that maturity, you just like, I don't care. Like, because at the end of the day, that person wasn't even benefiting you in no type of way anyway. So now they just trying to take from you. So why would you even let somebody take from you? I don't care if it is just your joy at the moment. Like, don't let nobody come knock you off your square. Don't let nobody take your peace, your joy, none of that. Especially if they never were relevant anyways. Like, she wasn't ever doing nothing for you anyway. So why would you even care if she don't like you? She wasn't adding no value to your life or whatever you had going on. So if you want to have a problem, you can have this problem by yourself. Like, hopefully you reevaluate what you got going on and you get to where I'm at right now. Like, that's just how you gotta look at people that got that, because she probably don't have that self-discipline or that love, or don't even know nothing about it. Like, so she miserable and she just trying to pick on anybody else to see who else she can get to join her misery. Misery loves company, which is another statement that is very true. Like, people, like I said, people love to spread bad before they spread good. People like to act on bad before they act on anything that's good or positive. So those people, you just gotta lead them where they at.
Yeah, and then even still with some people, that's, like I said, going back to those that you have close around you, you even still will have sometimes with some people that you can, might be family, might be friends or whatever, but you got to learn how to, like she said, discipline yourself in a way to where those things are, it no longer bothers you, because I'm not going to sit up here and say that it won't, especially if it's somebody that's close to you. It will affect you because it's somebody that you care about. But you get yourself in a place to where it's like, okay, I know how this person is, I know what to expect of this person. So now I got myself in a way where if they do come at me with, little stuff, I know how to reflect on it. I won't allow myself to act out immaturely because of, something that they need to grow past, And, just me personally, I've taken situations like that, and, I just pray on the person, because it's like, at the end of the day, like she said, it may be something that they're personally dealing with, and they're just pushing it off on you. And because you that person that's there, it's like, hey, let me antagonize them, so you just gotta, like she said, make sure you have that self-discipline in your mind, refocus it, restructure it from being how you used to be. When I say from being how you used to be, we've all, been in middle school, high school, all that, and we've had to grow from there. So when I say refocus, basically mature and grow from where you used to be. You know, we've all had our, you know, past life, whatever, however it was, or just like I said, growing from being in high school to now being in a young adult, or, you know, going from being a young adult to being in college. Each level, you have to reshape your mind. You got to refocus your mind. You can't go into the next thing still thinking or still going about things the same way. So, you know, self-discipline takes, you know, doing all of that, making sure you refocusing your mind and just, you know, getting yourself where you need to be and staying focused on what you want to have, you know, for your future, or, you know, what's ahead of you. And that's
and I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
The way you said something about people that you care about, that will affect you. It definitely will. I had a situation recently that affected me, and I reacted for a little moment. But one thing that I will do, and I have learned to do, is just take a moment. Like, if you react, you don't like how you reacted, I will go back and correct my reaction, because
talk about it.
Even if it's just with myself or with that person, because you don't never want to give somebody. First of all, I don't care what people think, but you don't want to give somebody a lasting bad impression that they can try to use against you or use against you to other people. So if I react badly to something, or something really bothered me or really hurt my feelings, I'll react, but I'll take a moment and I'll be like, okay, Sheik, get yourself together. Like, and what my mom usually says, like, I'll go to her. Me and my mom have a really good relationship, so I'll go to her and we'll talk, and she'd be like, okay, time to put your big girl panties on. Like, and that's what it is. And she like, you let this moment resonate. You remember this moment, so you want to revisit this again. And now it's time to move forward, and that's what you got to do. Like, and you go back and correct it. So I reacted to something, and I'm pretty sure I left a bad taste in that person's mouth. And I went back and I said, well, you know, once I calmed down, got my thoughts together, then I revisited it and I left it alone. Like, and I just left it there for them to marinate on whatever I just said to them. Because I know sometimes people be like, she just was snapping, and now she like, I'll be just balanced out. I ain't gonna say I'll be trying to be sweet, because I still don't necessarily, if something bothered me, it bothered me. So I ain't gonna say I'll be trying to be sweet, but I'll approach it in a different way. Like, probably I should approach it the first time. But we're human, and we make mistakes, and we gotta just learn and grow from it. So if you can still correct it, sometimes you won't be able to correct it, but you correct it in your mind, so you know you don't revisit what you just did. But if you do have the opportunity to correct it, go ahead and correct it. And if they think you crazy, oh well, you know you're not crazy. You're just trying to grow. You're trying to be a better person. You're trying to get to a different level. So if that's what you gotta do, then that's what you gotta do. But I don't know if you have anything else.
Well, I just got one more thing.
This was only supposed to be 30 minutes. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Well, I just wanted to piggyback off of the story that she told, because I just recently had a situation myself, and it was in school. Lord forbid, help me, Jesus. But I was in class, and my teacher gave me back my assignment, and I did not like the grade. And I was upset because I knew I did good. And so, yeah, I had an attitude and everything. Like, my teacher got to see a side of me that she should have not seen. And so afterwards, you know, I went home and I was still fussing in my mind. I'm like, God, she knows she was wrong. She know my paper was right. And I'm just going. And then God was like, okay, what you saying may be true, but how did you handle that? And so, you know, and he just brought back to me the same thing what we were talking about earlier. People are watching you. And so in the way how you reacted to that, you have other people around you. Rather if it was just the fact that you sat there with an attitude or not, it was visible. And so now you need to go and correct the way how you handled it. And so when I went back to my class the next day, I apologized to my teacher in front of the whole classroom. And when I say she was shocked, she was like, hold on, wait, is this girl... you
probably
have
thought
to
she was
apologize to
crazy.
me. And so, you know, but I told her, you know, that's not how my father raised me. She didn't know I was talking about God, but, you know, my father. So, and I'm like, you know, that's not how my father raised me. It was inappropriate for me to have that attitude. Although, yes, I do care about my grade, and I know that I put in good work, there was still a proper way for me to handle it. And so that is humility and self-discipline, you know. And so
and sometimes you gotta humiliate yourself to humble yourself.
You gotta have it because, you know, you gotta put you aside. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got something ahead of you that's far much more greater that you're trying to reach. where you at now, the little stuff that's happening, you got to be able to let that stuff die, and, you know, to get to where you're trying to get. So I just wanted to say that because when she said it, I'm like, girl, talk about it, because I got myself in trouble. But yeah, that's something you definitely, you know, if you make a mistake and you do something wrong, you handle it the wrong way. Like she said, we still human. Just go back and right your wrongs, you know, and push forward from it. You know, and from there, hopefully you and that person can have a better relationship. You know, if not, you did your part and you moving forward. However they decide to go about it is how they decide to go about it. But you've corrected your mistake, and you know not to revisit situations like that again. So.
Okay. So we gonna close because I promised it was only supposed to be 30 minutes. Next time I'm not even gonna lie and say 30. I'm gonna try to say 40. But I am gonna give y'all my next topic. I'm not 100% sure when I'm doing it again. It will be sometime next week. I just don't know the day yet. But my next topic is going to be self-love. I think that's really, really important for young women. I'm only probably going to do that one because I feel like that's a broad subject to talk about. If I can squeeze in another one, then I will, but I'm trying to keep it down to a certain amount of time. And then just to, I guess, because I don't know how to say this. So I know a lot of people watch Quail Lives when she go and she do Bible study and stuff. I'm gonna let y'all know now. I am not saved, so nobody try to associate the two and try to call me no hypocrite and all this other stuff, because I'm not. Do I want to be? Yes. Is that something that I'm working towards? Yes. I told y'all one of my goals, or one of my manifestation goals, was to have a relationship with God this year like no other relationship that I've ever had with God before. So that is something I am working towards. Hopefully the people that have tuned in today, and then the people that will continue to tune in, and this will just grow and y'all can see my journey. And hopefully y'all connect with me and I can see y'all journey too. Even if we're not talking on this live, we can talk outside of this live. If you didn't want to comment, or you didn't want to talk about a certain subject, or, you know, some people just don't like their business out there or whatever, you can inbox me. I'm pretty sure Quills will say you can inbox her too. This is a journey for all young women. Me, Quill, whoever watching it. Unsaved. Not even just young women too, old women too. older women too. Cause it don't matter what age you are, everybody get into a place where they need advice. It's been times my mama give me advice all the time. There's been times where I didn't talk to my mom and I feel like I didn't give her advice too. So, like I said, I am working towards different stuff. I went over some of my goals with y'all today. I just didn't want to associate it because I don't want to be anybody who taints. I'm not someone who taints what God. Sorry, y'all. Somebody called. I don't even know what that was. But I'm not gonna ever how God wants us to be and how He wants us to act is how I will try to be. I'm not gonna ever act like I'm doing it and really not doing it. I am human. I am growing. I am trying to get there, but it takes time. So
I'm just say this and then she can close it out. So I do want to address this because I feel like today a lot of people, they try to separate whether, you know, being saved or being unsaved. At the end of the day, we all human, and for me, I started off not being saved. So just because I am saved does not mean that I cannot associate or be around people that are not saved.
Right.
The difference is the relationship that I have with those people. Now, will all of those relationships with people that are not saved be as close? Maybe not, but she's my cousin, so that's different. But at the end of the day, you know, just because I'm saved does not mean that I can't have people that I still associate myself with, or that I still have close to me that are not saved. Like she said, each and every last one of us has a story. All of us are growing. Somebody, you know, a lot of us has not been saved and then, you know, got there. But her platform and what she's doing is not just on the basis of people that are saved. It's more or less just for women who needs that advice, who needs that empowerment. Whether you know, saved, not saved, you on drugs, you're not on drugs. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, we all women, you know, and there it may even be maybe men down the line, you know what I'm saying, that just get a good, you know, word of advice from hearing what she's saying. And so what she's doing is just basically her way of being able to give back her wisdom and her knowledge from what she's experienced. And with that, you don't have to be saved or unsaved. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the fact that she's been through things in life that she can help you overcome what you may be experiencing or going through right now. So never underestimate or never, you know, try to judge or make some, you know, one feel any type of way, rather what they believe or what they don't believe. Because at the end of the day, all of my grandmother's children, grandchildren, whether if they stay right now or not, they all got a relationship with God. Some way, somehow, they still got a connection. So it does not matter. I just wanted to clear that part up, you know, because y'all know how I feel about my cousin. So, but anyways, I'm back to me, okay?
But yeah, that is it. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you guys can comment on this live or comment on my wall or my post that I made yesterday or even earlier today, and just tell us that y'all liked it, what y'all think we should do better, what y'all think we should talk about future wise. Quill might be on again, so you never know. But yeah, so we just gonna keep going. And this is something this is a goal that I put down too, so this is one goal that checked off this year. So I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep trying to do it. I'm gonna try to be discipline, have self-discipline, like we talked about. But yeah, I hope y'all loved it. I hope y'all loved it. And just comment, give us some feedback. Motivation, you know, it keeps people going. So, and love and support, it keeps people going. So if y'all want to see this again, well, y'all gonna see it anyways. But, you know, just tell us y'all want to see it again.
Just chime in next time. Engage a little bit more.
Yes.
You gotta press finish, girl.
Oh.